All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for the day. I'm just trying to get myself all set up here. We're trying the internet again and seeing if it's going to allow us to do this successfully today. Today we have a great word, and one that's talked about a lot with kids and with other adults, and you see t-shirts all the time, and that word is kindness. So let's read the description first, and then we'll go from there. So kindness is caring that springs from compassion. We have genuine concern for the welfare of others. We are warm, friendly, and ready to help. We listen for the needs beneath the words. We give tender attention in simple ways that brings others happiness. Kindness is the daily bread of love. When we feel angry, we resist the temptation to be cruel. We are good stewards of the earth and all living things. When we fill our own cup, our kindness naturally overflows to others. So, what a great word. And what a great virtue, right? And we want our children to be kind. We want to have kindness shown to us. We want to be kind to others. And it really does begin. And this is something, it's taken me a long time to learn. But, I've just learned that we have to look at ourselves and work with ourselves first. It's amazing that when we're kind with ourselves, it's so much easier to be kind to other people. When we're in resistance to ourselves, or we're in resistance to the temptations that come upon us, the giving up early, the just doing things that are not true to who we really are and who we want to be, then we find that we're also more critical, we're also more cruel, we're more we're not willing to give the benefit of the doubt to others, and it makes life a lot less happy, right? It's not a very nice place to be. But kindness extends way beyond that too, because kindness really does spring from compassion. It's our ability to not only empathize and see what others are going through, but then to have the willingness to act in some manner that's going to give them some relief, or that's going to be something that's going to bring some joy to their heart. But when we're doing that, I'm just going to re-emphasize this point that it's about what is it that makes us feel good. And I was thinking about this because, as many of you know, I've had in years gone by, I've had issues with anger in my 20s and 30s and teens and all that time. And it wasn't until I was like in my early 30s that I started to really work on this subject of anger. But when we're angry, it doesn't make us feel any better. We may get a bit of relief from feeling like maybe we got some revenge, but in the end, it doesn't make us feel better. It doesn't make us feel whole. It doesn't make us feel like we are able to have that connection with other people, because we might feel like, as I did, the whole world is against me, right? Nothing is fair. And so it really is, for us to practice kindness, we must fill our own cup with kindness, right? We must look at ourselves, create ourselves, be the person that we want to be. Sorry, I'm sitting outside, as you might know, and there's ants, these big black ones. And I just need them to be away from me. So back to kindness. I was kind to the ant. I did not kill it. I just moved it off of me. That was the most important thing, right? And so when we're kind, there's so many ways that we show it. And every family is going to have its own kind of way of thinking of how it's being shown. So how do we help our kids develop this practice of kindness? Number one, I would say, is talk about it. If we don't use the word and connect it to behaviors, then our children are not going to know that when they do something that is kind, they're not going to know that it is kind. Good morning. People walking by. And so then when we see it in them, we want to acknowledge it, right? So if they've helped somebody with something, we want to acknowledge it as a kind act. If we see them being in need, they helping someone who has a need for something, then they're being thoughtful, we want to acknowledge them for their thoughtfulness and for their kindness. And it's when we acknowledge those things and talk about the need for kindness, the need for us to continue to practice it, then we're going to help to grow that. Obviously, in addition to that, we must also help them be kind to themselves. So when they make a mistake, if we jump all over them and we're screaming and yelling and whatever, it doesn't help, right? In fact, the newest studies are showing that yelling at children is just as damaging to them as hitting them. So, that's something we want to avoid. We don't, because when we start yelling at them, then they begin to believe that they're not worthy, that they, and so then the kindness to themselves is going to diminish, because they're going to be thinking about, what is it that I need to do here to belong, to be accepted? And maybe I can't accept myself. Maybe I'm just a bad person. So we demonstrating it, role-playing it, so that they see it, talking about it, acknowledging it in them, being kind to our own children, and acknowledging their kindness to us and to others is all things that we can do that is going to help to develop that virtue of kindness in our children. So I can't think of another virtue that is much more appreciated by everyone in the world than when we demonstrate kindness by being helpful, by noticing people. And sometimes it's not even what we do, it's our ability to listen and to hear what the person needs. So that's how I'm thinking about kindness today. When I went through, a number of years ago in 2003 and again in 2000, I don't remember, 7 and 9, I think, 3 different times I went through a thing called the Ultimate Black Belt Test that was put on by Master Tom Callis. And part of the requirements of the Ultimate Black Belt Test was that we had to do 1,000 acts of kindness, which really only relate to 3 per day, but we had to record them. And so that was something that we really gave focus to. So how are you going to focus in your family on this so that you can be the successful family that you want to be? You have to clarify it first, don't you? What kindness is, what it looks like, and then communicate that well. Be consistent in your actions. Talk about it at dinner time. Talk about it in your family meetings. Talk about it when you're visiting others, when you're walking down the street. If you see someone demonstrate a kind act, notice it. All of those things are helpful in developing kindness in ourselves and in others. And above all, be kind to yourself. All right, everybody, that's what I'm thinking about today in regard to kindness. Let's focus on that. Can you do 3 acts of kindness today? Well, let's see. So that's my thoughts. And until next time, which will be tomorrow morning, keep practicing the 4 C's of successful families. And that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.